Hi, this is Gurtukar Srinivas. Once again, welcome to Varenya's Photon Online Educational Academy for IIT and NEET examinations. This channel mainly focuses on the basic concepts associated with IIT and NEET examinations in the subjects of physics, chemistry, and mathematics. In the previous session, we have seen some numericals about the displacement and time graph. Let us see some more numericals associated with that topic. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe the channel. Let me take up the first problem. Is further following displacement versus time graph. Find velocities in OA, AB and BC regions. This is the question. Given question is this one. He has given the displacement versus time graph. He is asking velocities in the OA region, AB region, and BC regions. Clear? Now, the continuation of this question is that he has given the graph. The graph is like this. X-axis, origin, y-axis. On the x-axis, it is time, t, and it is in the seconds. Clear? On the y-axis, it is displacement. That is S in meters. The meters is in the meters. It is time is in the seconds, and it is S versus T graph. S T graph. It is ST graph. Given is ST graph. Okay. Now observe. There is a line like this. This is 10 meters on the y-axis, meters, 10 meters. This is A, point A. Corresponding on the time scale, this is 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Then it is parallel to the x-axis, up to the point B, and this is On the time axis, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. Again, this one. There is a line like this. And this line here, the point is at the C. It cuts the y-axis at 15 meters. All are in meters on the y-axis. And it cuts on the x-axis 20 seconds. How the clarity in the graph. This is the given graph, displacement versus time graph. Clear? Now, on the x-axis, all are in the seconds. Time is in the seconds. On the y-axis, everything is in the meters. That is displacement given. Clear? And observe carefully the graph. This is OA region. OA region. This is AB region. This is BC region. Clear? A is a point which cuts x-axis at 10 seconds, y-axis at 10 meters. B is a point which cuts x-axis at 15 seconds and y-axis at 10 meters. Similarly, C is a point which intersects the x-axis, that is 20 seconds, and y-axis at 15 meters. This is the graph, fundamentals of the graph given. Now, what he says? He says the velocity in the regions of OA, AB, and BC. That means he requires the velocity in the OA region, in the AB region, in the BC region. Clear? No. Observe. What is velocity? Velocity, previous session we have seen, velocity is the slope of ST graph, slope of displacement time graph. The previous class we have seen ST is nothing but the slope of displacement time graph. This is not minor, this is versus ST, S dash T, ST graph. Here, velocity is nothing but slope of displacement time graph. Okay. Now let us concentrate. Let us divide the graph into three regions: OA region, AB region, and BC region separately. Clear? Let me concentrate the first one. First one is what? OA region. OA region. Clear? Now I am taking the graph. Observe. This is the graph. T, time, S, origin is clear. Now, OA region separately plotting here. This is OA region. This is OA region. This is A point. I am not taking the BC and AB region, BC region. Step by step I am going. I want OA region only. Now, what are the coordinates of the point A? This is 10 meters from the graph. It is cutting in the 10 meters. And this is in the 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Clear? Now, what are the coordinates of A? X coordinate is 10. Clear? Year to year. Y coordinate, year to year. Complete Y coordinate. This is Y coordinate. This is X coordinate. So 10, 10 coordinates of A. What are the coordinates of the origin O? 0, 0. So OA is a line. O is having coordinates origin 0, 0. A is having on x-axis 10 seconds, on y-axis 10 meters. Displacement in the meters, t in the seconds. Clear? 10, 10 A. Now, velocity is slope of ST graph. In the OA region, I need to find out the slope. What is slope? Slope is equal to, you know very well, slope is y2 minus y1 from mathematics divided by x2 minus x. If I take this as O as x1 comma y1 and B, this is A as x2 comma y2, O as OA. So O as x1 comma y1, x1 is 0, y1 is 0. Similarly, A point, x2 is 10, y2 is 10. Then substitute these values here. If I substitute these values here, y2, 10, minus y1, 0, by x2, 10, minus x1, 0. So 10 by 10 minus 0, 10. 10 minus 0, 10 by 10. 10 by 10, which is simply 1. 10 by 10, which is simply 1. Okay. Slope is 1. And that slope is nothing but velocity. Slope of S versus T graph is velocity V bar, and that velocity units are what? 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. Clear? So in the OA region, I clearly write in OA region, slope is nothing but slope of that OA is nothing but velocity V bar. Velocity is a vector bar. So 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. Is it positive or negative? We got positive, plus 1 meter per second. Plus 1 meter, because velocity is a vector quantity, direction also very important. It is a positive velocity. So plus 1, nothing is there, nothing is there means plus 1 meter, positive velocity is a positive velocity. Is it clear for reading? Okay. Now, let me go to the second, that is OB region. Second one is in OB, sorry, it is in the AB region. We need velocity. So graph is this. This is the graph. So displacement is on the y-axis, origin, and time is in the on the x-axis. No, I am concentrating only on the AB region. Only on the AB region. Now I'm including the both OA and this is OA and this is AB. Clear? Now coordinates. This is 10 meters on the y-axis. This is 10 seconds on x-axis. This is B is intersecting 15 seconds on the x-axis. Clear? Okay. Now we are concentrating in the AB region. What are the coordinates of A? Coordinates of A is nothing but x-axis 10, y-axis 10. So 10, 10. What are the coordinates of B? On the x-axis year to year 15, y-axis is 10. So 15, 10. 15, 10. Now, if I say AB region, A is x1 comma y1 and B is x2 comma y2 coordinates. Okay. I require velocity in AB region. Velocity in the AB region. So velocity in AB region is nothing but slope of displacement diagram. Displacement versus slope of AB. Clear? Slope of AB. What is slope of AB? Slope of AB is nothing but y2 minus y1. Same mathematical formula. x2 minus x1. So this is nothing but v bar, velocity in AB region. Y2 is what? 10. And y1 10. So 10 minus 10 by x2 15, x1 10, 15 minus 10. So 10 minus 10 0, 0 by 15 minus 10 5, 0 by 5, it is 0. So velocity in the AB region is 0 meter per second. 0 meter per second. Is it clear? Velocity in the AB region is 0 meter per second. Why we are getting velocity 0 in the AB region? Observe. At A point, the displacement is 10. At B point also, the displacement is 10 only. That means from A to B, there is no movement. Displacement is 10 only. That means whatever the vehicle or whatever the person moving from A to B, that there is no movement. Displacement is 0. When there is a 0 displacement, velocity is also 0 because velocity is displacement by time. A to B, there is no displacement. So here afterwards, whenever you see a parallel line parallel to the x-axis, in that region, velocity is 0. Why velocity is 0? Because there is no displacement. Is it clear? So in the AB region, there is no displacement. Here also 10, here also 10. Though the time passed 10 to 15 seconds, that means in the 5 seconds, there is no displacement. Vehicle is at that place only. When there is no displacement, velocity becomes 0. Clear? That is the velocity. Okay. Let us see the third one. The third one is in BC region. BC region, I require the velocity. Okay. So I take the graph. This is the graph. So origin, the y-axis displacement, on the x-axis time. So this is OA. This is AB. This is AB. This is BC. So A point. This is B point. This is C point. So let us have the coordinates. So for A, x 10 seconds, y that is 10 seconds. For the B, x 15 seconds, y 10 seconds. For the C, x given as 20 seconds and y given as 15 meters. So here I highlight the coordinates of A 10 comma 10, B 15, x is 15 and y is 10. So C, x is 20, origin to up to the point. So x is 20 and y is origin to up to this point. Y is 50. That means we need BC region. So coordinates of B. Coordinates of B. Here I highlight coordinates of for BC region, right? For BC region, for BC region, clear? For BC region. Coordinates of B, 15, 10, and coordinates of C, that is 20, 50. 20, 50. If I say this as x1, y1, this as x2, y2. Now, what is the velocity in the BC region? Slope of displacement time graph is nothing but velocity. So here I highlight once again. Okay, velocity V bar in BC region is slope of BC, that is displacement time. So what is the slope of BC? Y2 minus Y1 by x2 minus x1 from mathematics. So y2 here is how much? y2 is nothing but 50, and y1 is 10 divided by x2 20 and x1 50. So here 15 minus 10 5 by 20 minus 15 5. That means 5 by 5. It becomes 1 meter per second. Plus nothing is there means sign positive sign, plus velocity, positive velocity 1 meter per second is a vector velocity. Clear? That means you got in the AB region, OA region, you got how much velocity? 1 meter per second. In the AB region, there is no displacement. Within this 5 seconds, 0 velocity. In the BC region, 15 to 20 seconds. In the 5 seconds, the displacement is 10 to 15. Look at the y-axis, 10 to 15. That means in 5 seconds, 10 to 15 means 5 meters displacement is there. Hence, is the velocity 1 meter per second. So be careful. All the velocities you got positive velocities. Is it clear? So I highlight in OA region, velocity V bar vector positive velocity of 1 meter per second. In AB region, no displacement in that region, hence velocity is 0 meter per second. In BC region, velocity is again 1 meter per second, positive velocity. This is the answer for the above question. Hope you got a clarity in the above problem. Let us take up another question. That is the second question I take up. Clear? Let me take up the second question. For given ST graph, displacement time graph, find velocities in OA, AB, and BC regions. This is the question. ST graph is given. Clear? It requires velocity in OA, AB, BC regions. Velocity. It requires velocity. What is the graph he has shown? This is the graph. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Clear? And this is origin. Okay. This is origin, and on the y-axis displacement S, displacement on y-axis clearly given in meters, on x-axis time t in seconds, time t in seconds. Graph is given like this. Be careful. Yes, on y-axis and t on the x-axis, and this y-axis. Okay, and now graph is given that OA, AB, BC. OA, AB, BC. Looks like a trapezoid. Clear? The intersection points also given to you here, that the intersection points. So for OA, the coordinates are on x-axis, A coordinate is 5 seconds. On y-axis, A coordinate is 10 seconds. And B coordinates on the x-axis 15 seconds, 1-5. B coordinate on y-axis 10. C coordinate on the x-axis itself is on the x-axis. So 8 is having a coordinates of 25 seconds. And y-axis automatically it becomes 0. So x-axis 25, y-axis automatically becomes 0. This is the graph. So it requires in the OA region velocity, AB region velocity, BC region velocity. So this is the displacement versus time graph. Displacement versus time graph. So what is the velocity? Velocity is nothing but slope of that particular region. Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x. Whenever, blind thumb rule, whenever a displacement time graph is given, simply velocity is nothing but slope of that displacement time graph. Slope is mathematically y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x. Now, I require for the OA region, let us concentrate separately. That is, first one, for OA region, clear? So let me take up the graph. This is the graph. So yes, origin, time, this is OA, clear? This is complete graph I am mentioning, no need to mention, but I am mentioning complete. So OA, AB, this is C. Now the coordinates, here it is. This is 10. Sorry, this is 5 seconds. This is 10. So coordinates of A, x coordinate is 5, y coordinate is 10. And coordinates of origin 0, 0. So for OA region, for OA, coordinates of O origin 0, 0. And coordinates of A, x coordinate is 5, y coordinate is 10, 5, 10. So if I take this as x1, y1, 0, 0, and this is x2, y2. For OA region, OA is a line on the S versus time, displacement versus time. So velocity for OA region, V bar is equal to slope of OA line. Clear? Slope of OA line. So V bar is equal to Slope. What is slope? Y2 minus y1 by x2 by minus x1. So y2 is what? 10. And y1 is what? 0. By x2 is what? 5. Minus x1 is what? 0. So 10 by 5. 10 by 5. 10 by 5. Clear? 10 by 5. It becomes 2. So v bar, velocity vector, 2 meter per second. 2 meter per second. Is it positive or negative? Positive velocity. So it is increasing. Velocity is increasing. As time increases from 0 to 5, displacement also increases. So finally, OA slope also increasing. Slowly the slope is increasing. Clear? That is having the positive velocity. Positive velocity. Slope is 2 meter per second and positive velocity. Positive indicates upward direction. Positive indicates upward direction. Clear? Be careful. The slope here is OA. OA slope 2. That is nothing but that is the velocity. Okay. Velocity is slowly positive. Understand? Now, let us take up the second. That is AB region. AB region. We can attack directly for this displacement time t. Where is it? This is the graph. So A, this is B, this is C. So coordinates. This is 5. This is 10. This is again 15. Clear? So for AB region, what are the coordinates of A? Coordinates of A, 5 comma, y coordinate is 10. B, 15, x coordinate is 15, y coordinate is 10, 15 comma 10. So here I clearly write for AB, okay, A coordinate is 5 comma 10 and B coordinate is 15 comma 10, 15 comma 10. Now velocity V bar is nothing but slope of AB line, displacement time graph. So that is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If I think as this one is x1 comma y1, A, B coordinates are x2 comma y2. Then this becomes y2 10 minus y1 z10 divided by x2 15 minus x1 5. So 10 minus 10 0. 0 by 15 minus 5 5. 0 by 5 0 by 5, which is equal to 0 meter per second. Since the velocity is 0 in this case, why? Because at the point A, displacement is 10. And at the point B also displacement is 10. That means vehicle is not moving. Though the time lapse is 5 to 15 seconds, that means in the 10 seconds, vehicle is at that place only. No movement, no displacement for the vehicle. Hence, velocity is 0. I told in the previous problem, wherever you got a parallel line in the ST graph, velocity is 0. So hence, velocity V bar is 0. Clear? Now let us take up the third one. The third one is, that is for BC region. Clear? So let me take up the graph. This is the graph. Okay. So y-axis displacement, origin, on x-axis time. So A, B, C. Clear? So this is A, this is E, this is C. Let us have the coordinates. So this is 5 seconds, this is 10. Again, this is 15, this is 25 seconds. Clear? Now we require for B series. So what are the coordinates of B? Coordinates of B. Here I write. X coordinate is 15, Y coordinate is 10. Look at the graph carefully. And coordinates of C, X coordinate is origin to up to 25. Y coordinate, there is no Y coordinate, 0. It is coinciding. Because C is on the x-axis, so automatically Y coordinate is 0. Clear? No. I write for BC. For BC. Okay. So B coordinate is 15, 10. And C coordinate is 25, 0. 25, 0. So if I assume this is x1, y1, B, and this is x2, y2. Now the slope of BC is nothing but velocity in that region. So slope of BC is what? Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Clear? So y2 is here, y2 is 0 minus y1 10 by x2 25 minus x1 15. So on simplification, 0 minus 10 by 25 minus 15, that is 10. So on simplification, clear? On simplification, this becomes minus 1 meter per second. Be careful. This is the line. The previous class we have seen, this is the line. Slope is negative. Slope is negative. Look at this angle. Look at this angle with positive x-axis. Theta is more than 90 degrees. Slope is negative. Whenever there is a slope negative velocity. We have seen in the previous session. So negative velocity falling. Here, if you have got a line like this, slope is positive. Theta. Observe for this OA, theta is less than 90. Slope is positive. Velocity is positive. Here, for this BC line, slope is with positive x-axis. This is the slope. Theta is more than 90. So slope is negative, hence negative velocity. Yeah. So in the OA region, positive velocity, slope is positive. In the AB region, there is no slope, velocity is 0. In the BC region, completely slope is negative and velocity is also negative. Is it clear? No. Be careful about velocity is a vector quantity, hence we have to be very careful with the sign. So I summarize,